starts all the excitement? It's Floyd Mayweather and Sugar Shane Mosley, New York City.
And I never said Pacquiao was on nothing, but I never seen a fighter just go from ordinary, then once he reached like 25 or over 25, become extraordinary. It doesn't work like that. Not in this sport, because this is what I do.
And gain 40 pounds.
And I'm not saying this is what I do. No, because and they try to make a big deal like, oh, he came from 106. When I was 16, I weighed 106 too. Go back and just do your homework. I could have turned professional when I was 16 if that's something I wanted to do. But my dad had went away to prison. I said, you know what? I'll wait till my dad come home. And you know, I get some more amateur experience under my belt, some more international amateur experience under my belt, and then we'll take it to the next level when we turn pro. Because once again, everybody talk about all Floyd is a defensive fighter. Now, there's no fighter left from my '96 Olympic team.
Do you feel like
there's no fighter really from the '92 team?
It's 10 years since David Reed's been gone.
'92, there's no fighters from the '92 team or the '96 team. So now y'all sit back and say, damn, well, Floyd was right. You know what? More fighters should have had defense. They would have lasted longer.
You've heard a lot of people say that you haven't fought, you know, this type of fight. You feel like this is a chance to quiet on that?
Man, they always gonna say it. As soon as I beat them, like I'm the only one that's in a no-win situation right here. When I beat him, they gonna say you supposed to beat him. You the best fighter in the world, and he's too old. And then, you know, I'm never gonna come up short. But just in case I did come up short, they're gonna say, you know what, you lost to an old fighter. So I'm in a no-win situation, no matter what happens.
He says he's gonna knock you out. Are you gonna knock him out?
Man, like I said before, I don't know if he old or not. He say he's not old. He say that's not gonna be an excuse. Well, I know one thing. We know he get tired. That's one thing we do know. We know he don't use a jab. We know he don't use, and we know he hit the canvas before. And like I said before, y'all seen him, y'all say, oh, he ain't never been knocked out before. Once I checked his chin, then everybody checked his chin. But I did it first.
Floyd, with Pacquiao out of the picture, was Mosley the only fight that you can make to make the kind of money that you want to make at this point in your career?
Well, I think that anytime I can go out and generate 25 or 30 million, I can generate that with anybody. I mean, I can generate that with you. So,
and the difference is he doesn't have a middleman in his business. Unlike the other guys, they have promoters. He's his own promoter.
I'm my own promoter.
So he gets 100% of his revenue.
I keep 100% of the revenue.
But do you think you thought a fight with, say, a Kermit Cintron would have been as lucrative as Mosley?
All I'm saying is this: Mosley beat De La Hoya twice, and De La Hoya is Mosley's boss. When you look up there, you don't see you only see Mosley's name over there, Mayweather versus Mosley. But the first name you see is Mayweather Promotions and Golden Boy Promotion. Golden Boy is Oscar De La Hoya, and we all know Richard Schaefer built that company. You know. A Swiss banker.
Some of the criticisms that maybe unfairly has been directed at you. Do you sometimes feel that maybe you're too good for your own good?
You can really say what you know what I mean, you can say what you want to say. This thing is this. It was so crazy. They be like, when I come in, the fans be like, Floyd, don't listen to the critics. Don't listen. I'm like, man, I don't read that stuff. No way. You know, I know you write. You know, you write beautiful articles. You write beautiful articles. You and Tim, y'all write beautiful articles. Y'all write the truth. You know, just like a fighter and the thing I just don't know. Then they say, I just found out the other day, like a couple days ago, they said, Floyd, you know, Manny Pacquiao got fighter of the decade. I said, oh, he did? I said, well, in the decade, did he get his ass whooped? They said, yeah. I said, okay, well, how did he get fighter of the decade? And I broke all records in the decade. I ain't even lose. So tell me. I'm just asking.
Okay, then Floyd, then.
But we know, me and you know what it really is. Me and you. Me and you.
How much of this is because of your complexion? Let's talk about it.
I mean, I don't really know. You know, I don't really know. All I'm saying is I have a tremendous team, man, and I know what it really is. I really do know. I know what it is. You know, I'm so good. I'm never gonna get the credit I really deserve. So I guess everybody think it's cool. You know, if not everybody want to praise Muhammad Ali and say, "Oh, we love you." When they used to call him the Louisville Lip, they used to dog Muhammad Ali and talk about him so bad, it was just unbelievable. And so now all of a sudden that he's in a position to where he can barely talk, they're like, "Oh, he's the greatest. We love him. Let's bring him out. Let's take him everywhere." And that's not cool.
So talking about Ali didn't become competitive until his mid to late 30s. Now you're not nobody's competitive up until now with you. Anybody you faced. You've dominated. Do you foresee yourself being in, let's say, more thrilling fights as you get older?
Man, because I'm not. Basically what you're saying is, Floyd, get beat up and get some black eyes, then get your hand raised.
No.
Stoop to
When you
everybody
get
else's
old-
level.
Stoop to everybody else's level and be stupid.
When you get older, I'm saying. When you
No.
get older, do you think
There's
you'll stop?
nothing cool about taking punishment, getting beat up, getting bloody lips, and getting a check. The coolest thing I can do, I can dominate you, shut you out, and make crazy money, and go home and live with my family in a very, very comfortable and happy way. That's how I like to do it.
One guy who's never gotten beaten up. I mean, seriously beaten up. He's lost fights, but
Who?
never been. Bernard Hopkins, 45 years old. How
Bernard
long do you see yourself
Bernard
doing
Hopkins.
this?
He's from Philly.
Okay.
Hey, don't forget, I gave you your Fighter of the Year award from the BW. So.
Okay, you showed it.
You know you're good people.
But
I call it as a
you said, okay,
No,
let
I
me see.
mean, there's a guy who, like I said, hasn't taken a beating.
Who?
He's 40. I mean, a serious beating. 45
I mean,
years
'cause
old. How long can you keep going?
Well,
at this
you know,
level?
we all know Bernard Hopkins. He like to hold. All he like to do is hold. He like to hold, fight dirty and hold, punch and hold, punch and hold. And then Bernard Hopkins talking about the remedy to beat me. The thing is this: Mayweather Promotions is keep getting with Golden Boy Promotion and keep beating all their fighters. That's all I'm doing. I'm beating all their fighters. Let's line them up. I'ma line them up. Who next? I just like to be me, man. I just like to live life and be me. It's some days like when I go outside, it's more like, man, every day I may have personal, my daughter may be sick or my mother may be sick. So every day I go out, that don't mean I want to sign autographs every day or I want to take pictures every day because I'm only human. I get tired too. I'm like, yo, can I rest? It's not fun being cramped up in the house all day and every day or surrounding yourself with security all day. That's not comfortable. You want to go to the club. You want to say, I say I want to go to the club. But I want to dance, but I can't dance. So only I can do is sit and watch everybody else dance. That's not comfortable, and that don't feel good. But then on the other hand, you say, without this sport, then where would I really be?
In terms of legacy, I mean, not necessarily against Pacquiao or against Mose or anything else. Do you see yourself as like maybe your main competition is the ghost of Sugar Ray Robinson?
I'm not the ghost of nobody. I'm the first Floyd Mayweather. I'm the best fighter to ever live, hands down, because that man, he stood up there and he said he was the best at what he did. Ali stood for his cause in his era. So what I'm going to do? I'll do the same thing they do. I breathe and eat, sleep, shit, and do the same thing they do and say, oh, no, you better than me. But I gave this sport my whole life to say, oh, you know what? You better than me. No, you know what I'm going to say? I respect you for doing what you did. I'm going to do things my way and I'm going to do what I do. That's all I'm going to say. Because I want my kids to stand with their head up high. I want my grandkids to stand with their head up high and be proud of me when my career is over. Because I'm not here to say that Sugar Ray Robinson was better than me, and nobody was better than me. I'm the best. I'm the best. Because guess what? We know those fighters in their era, it's obvious they made mistakes, or they wasn't training right because they came up short. And in my era is different. You can't fight 80 times and 90 times. You can't, because it takes a certain amount of time to build a pay-per-view fight. It's different eras. You got computers, so things are extremely different in my era.
10 years ago, the internet wasn't around here. Bernie, well, not you necessarily you, but a lot of internet writers wouldn't have jobs.
You gonna tell me?
Changed.
You tell me a fighter go? Then they tell me a fighter get fighter of the decade. It was so crazy. A fighter get fighter of the decade, but then he struggled with. He really got beat by Marquez both times. But you knock a guy down 3 times and still get a draw. So we really know you got your ass kicked. And then on the second go around. You really got stomped, but then you getting bloody, cut up, beat up, and then getting your hand raised. But then you say, I'm superstitious of needles, but I get tattoos all the time. But we already know it's 380 tablespoons of blood in the human body, but they only draw 1 tablespoon of blood out the body. So say if you get cut in the first round, right, and you leak it, we already know you're gonna lose more than a tablespoon of blood. But you still may knock a guy out in the 7th or the 8th round. But then you say drawing your blood makes you weak. Come on, man.
You guys should be doing random. You have no idea.
Of course.
Random, they can come to me right now.
Throughout.
Whenever they want to come get me.
Kickoff.
I was clean through my whole career. I'm clean now. I'm gonna continue to be clean.
That same organization.